What's going on, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? So we finished the RC car, the Stampede. I'm excited to build another RC car, but I don't have another one to build. But in the meantime, there are a few other projects that I would like to get going. Some cool stuff related to racing. I think I mentioned that in the last video. And I also have a new hobby that I just picked up because clearly I don't have enough of those. But that one's excited because it's going to be a collab with the Steve Papa. And the coolest part about the collab is he doesn't even know it's a thing. So that's going to be fun. But I have with me a package from the good old Amazon. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this kit. And this is a Ziss watch repair kit for experts and beginners. So link in the description down below if you are interested in getting into building watches or taking watches apart, which is going to be the project that I'm going to get into. You might be interested in this kit, but we'll find out for sure once I get it unboxed and do a little mini review. So stick around and check out the video. All right, here we are back at the workbench. We've got the Ziss watch repair kit, something for experts and beginners. I got this off of Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. I want to say it was $24.99, something like that. But I want to build watches. That's something I want to do right now. And this looked like a kit that came with enough stuff to get that hobby going. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. Made in China. Okay, so first we've got this, and then there's another box inside. Get rid of that. So in here we have stainless steel spring bars, and there's a bunch of them. So tons of spring bars. Maybe I'll take up a side gig of repairing watches since there's quite a few of these in there. Maybe those are useful for something else. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. What is this? It's like a little magnifying glass for inspecting stuff, I'm assuming. It's very cheap, but I mean, I expected most of the things in this kit to feel cheap, so I'm not all that surprised. It's cool that that's included. Dreaded Ziploc bags. Okay, this appears to be a knife or a pry of some sort. Yeah, it's like a wedge, like a pry of some sort. Feels, I mean, the handle of it is hard plastic. It feels cheap, but I mean, this looks like it's in pretty, this looks pretty solid and it doesn't look super duper cheap. But I mean, again, I didn't expect any of these tools in here to be expensive and quality, but it's nice that they're included. So I think there are a bunch of these in here, and they're probably different widths, so that you can get underneath different size case backs. So I'm just going to get these open. Okay, those are them. We've got, box is empty. We've got another kit here. Looks like tiny little screws and nuts. Those are cool. So that would be useful. And then there's a little screwdriver there for that. This is one of the reasons I went with this kit specifically. It came with a press. And so we've got a few different, these feel like nylon maybe? Some nylon type dies that go on the press and allow us to press either the back in, I believe, or the crystal. So that's cool that that was included. That was one of the main reasons I went with this kit specifically again. So there were a few kits that came with some different types of tools. This one seemed like the most complete. But that's a nice, I mean, it feels cheap, but this is like cast, and this feels like, I mean, it's going to do the job. It's a very simple action, and I wasn't expecting much out of it, but I did want to get a press because I was seeing online that some of these presses were like 20 to 30 bucks on their own, so it was cool that it was included in this kit. Let's take a look what's inside here. So this is the rest of our kit. We've got these, I believe, are attachments for this, which is supposed to, it's like the remover for the back. This is what allows you to unscrew some of the backs on those. We've got this, which appears to be the spring bar tool. And then on the other side, it's got an even smaller attachment for it. I don't know if that'll focus on that or not, but this feels fairly quality. I mean, quality that I would expect out of a kit that was less than 30 bucks. We've got some needle nose pliers. Those don't look super great, but I've got plenty of those. Some tweezers, long tweezers, which are nice, and they seem fairly decent. Those will be useful, I'm sure. These are some of the other tools I was excited about. This is apparently a tool for getting the hands of the watch on, and you can kind of see how that action works there. So that's nifty. And then this, I believe, is a block to hold the watch in place while you are working on it. So I think this little indentation is for the crown. And then you can adjust these and put these in different positions based on how you are disassembling it or what watch you're working on. So that's kind of cool. Again, I mean, feels cheap, but it's a solid piece, and it seems like it'll do what it needs to do. This, I think they called this a needle press or something. Basically, I think you put like bands in there, different parts, and you screw this in and it'll just press them out the other side. So I think that's what that's for. This also feels incredibly cheap. But again, if it does what it needs to do, I think in this case we're gonna be okay. This is not a hobby I have any experience in, so I did not want to spend too much on any of this stuff. Let's check out this bad boy. So this feels like the most expensive part of this whole thing, but I mean, again, it still feels relatively cheap. It just feels more expensive than everything else because it's metal and this is knurled. This feels okay. Everything feels really wobbly, but I would assume as long as this gets the job done, then it should be fine. And so I think you widen these two parts with this, and then this one goes in and out with this. And then once you have it planted in the vise, I believe you use this to unscrew the back. And then again, it comes with these different dies for the different shapes for the watch. So that is the unboxing of the Ziss watch repair kit for experts and beginners. Again, link in the description down below. So check out That, if you're interested in this kit, I am going to attempt to take apart a watch. I have a watch here. This is a watch I've had for several years. It's not a very expensive watch. My mom got this for me from her birthday one year, and but it is a decent kind of watch. It doesn't even look like it's working, so the battery needs to be replaced anyway. But I figured this was a good watch. This is a normal type watch. I figured it would be a good watch to test this kit out on. So without further ado, let's give it a shot ski. So first things first, I am going to take the bands off. I'm doing this correctly. Now, one of my friends used to work at a watch shop, so he probably knows exactly how this process is supposed to go. I'm just gonna try not to stab myself. Hey, there we go. That wasn't too bad. This band on this watch is pretty cheap, but I still don't want to ruin it. Yeah, and again, I don't really know what I'm doing here, so be patient with me. Okay, what's going on here? Hey, there we go. So there's our other end. Out of that, there's a spring bar, which I mean is still fine, but we have plenty of replacements. There's our other spring bar. Okay, so this is our all right, got a new battery in the camera. So all right, so this die is the right one. Let's go ahead and screw that in there. So I'm assuming there probably should be 3 more of those in there, or 2 more at least, that size. That looks appropriate. There we go. I just thread in there pretty easy. I don't know, I mean, they're gonna have to be I don't really know exactly how this is supposed to work, but maybe these are supposed to be a little loose so they can spin. I don't know how you're supposed to size this, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Okay, I think I'm close. No. These need to come in. And then maybe this one should be the last one. A little bit more. Okay, and then this one just needs to be screwed in a little bit more. Again, there's no instructions on any of this, so I don't know if I'm doing any of this correctly, but I'm sure watch experts will watch this and say that's not how that works. All right, so it's in there, and it feels like I might be able to put some torque on there and get this open. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a twist. Oh, smooth. Now I don't, oh my goodness, I just scratched the back there, but it doesn't look like it penetrated the surface. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah. So decent little scratch there. Like I said, I'm glad this is a less expensive watch, but I guess be extra careful, because as you can see, and I don't know if it's focused, these are pretty sharp, so just be careful. And those grooves aren't super deep, so it's not like it's like locked in there, but I did the best I could. And you can see it's starting to open. And there we have it. There's the case. SHK Ltd China case. And that is what's inside there. So again, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm kind of scared to just pop that out, but there we go. So that looks like there's a bit of a grip fit that kind of holds the movement in place, I'm assuming. And then there we have our movement. So it says 1, no jewels, S Epson core, Japan. And here's our battery. So I could pop this battery out and replace it if I had a replacement battery. Now I do not have a replacement battery, so I can't replace it, but at least I can reference this battery and find a replacement. Now this is a Maxwell SR920SW Hitachi. Oh, okay, there's the movement without the battery. So I think that's a kinetic power like a, I don't remember what it's called, kinetic power thing. So we've got our crown there, crown screw. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this kit is not bad. I mean, from start to finish, I didn't run into any problems outside of you know, knowledge gaps, as far as getting this apart. And even then, I mean, even the scratch that I caused, you know, that was just user error. I can't really blame the unit for that.
We're supposed to be a unit. A unit.
But I'm not mad at that. As far as the beginner's test of being able to take this watch apart with the kit that I just bought, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. So if I only bought this to replace the battery on this watch, I would say that's money well spent, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it would probably cost you upwards of 25 bucks to get the battery replaced at a watch place. So if you're interested in trying it out yourself, go ahead and get one of these kits. Now again, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this because I want to start building watches, replacing the hands, replacing the dial, doing all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in seeing what that journey is like, just like with the RC car, I'll be diving into that. And yeah, so that'll be fun. That's gonna do it for this episode. I'm not gonna give like a numerical review for this kit. We'll be doing like a long-term kind of review as I go deeper and deeper into the watch business. So stick around if you want to know more information about the kit. But overall, my first impressions, pretty good. That being said, I only used 2 of the tools, but the 2 tools I used were excellent, and they worked just fine. Oh, I guess I used 3. I used this, I used the block, and I used this. I'm pretty sure I used this incorrectly, but you know what? It got the job done. So there you have it. In the next episode, I'm going to be diving a little bit more into the whole build your own watch game. I'm also going to take a look at a couple pre-purchased rigs that you can get for sim racing, so I can start that build. But I'm also interested in maybe potentially building my own. It really depends on what the cost benefit is for doing that, and with cost materials going up and everything like that, I don't know that that's going to be the best option. But I have the steering wheel, I have the pedals, I have the PC, so all I really need is the seat and the rig itself. So we'll take a look at that in the next episode. We'll take a deep dive. Other than that, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video. If you want to see more from me, do all kinds of random stuff, go ahead and subscribe. We have a good time here. And also check out my buddy's channel. It'll pop up as soon as the end credits go, and I'll catch you next time.